I'm Claire.
I'm Natasha.
I'm Khaylen.
And I'm Meagan. Yeah, we've all had time over these past 2 years at Alfriston to spend time with Tiela and learn from her and have her guide us and teach us things, you know?
Yeah. She's taught us more about the law of attraction and where you put your energy, that's what's going to come your way. If you're going to be positive and have a good outlook on your day or your life in general, good things will happen to you and you'll have a good life. But if you focus your energy on negative thoughts or bad things, that's what's going to come your way. So yeah.
Yeah. And I've also learned from Sarah to be in touch with your inner self and your soul and your spirit and just focus on who you are,
being whole.
Yeah, and being a whole person, not just about what's happening around you.
Right.
And being in touch with who you are and your personality and love and everything, and that kind of helps.
And I feel learning this can benefit everyone, you know, because we're pretty different people. Yeah. You're religious.
Yeah, and people need to know that it's okay to be a different person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be
you
other
don't
person.
have to be
Be a little bit louder.
yeah, you don't have to be someone you're not.
Yeah, because I feel that's a big thing is people trying to display themselves as something they're not because they think that's what other people want to see.
Yeah.
Especially when you're a teenager, because that's when you're learning who you are and who you want to be.
Yeah.
What you want to do.
Especially in this day and age.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
16.
Yeah, because we get a lot of pressure in society these days. We need to be perfect and everything. But I feel as though if we learn to be happy with ourselves on the inside, it will radiate on the outside.
Right.
It's what inside that makes you a beautiful person and what makes you different. And
we need to have a class where kids can just talk about what they're feeling.
Yeah.
And get advice
And because,
about being a person.
So many kids don't want to go to the guidance counselor, you know.
That's true.
And there's such stigma around going to the guidance counselor.
Yeah.
We should just be able to talk about it and not be judged.
Yeah.
And be able to realize it in yourself.
Right.
Yeah. Learn more about yourself as a person.
That should be the first step. The first step should be learning about yourself and then what you want to do with that.
Yeah.
I feel school these days. Oh crap! Woo! There we go. I just wanted to. I'll be back. I feel school these days is so much about exams and passing and studying and stressing and memorizing and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
When why are we putting that much stress on teenagers?
Yeah.
You know.
And in the process, we're losing ourselves and who we are.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it gets to the point where kids are so used to learning how to memorize things. When we get out into the real world and we have to do jobs and live on our own, we don't know how to do that.
That's another thing. Ciela told us to open our eyes and see what's happening in the world because there's so many different
so many people
crazy things that are happening and we need to focus on other things.
So many people are unaware of what's going on.
A lot of crazy things.
It's important to see through the mist and see what's actually happening out there. You know, with the economy and with everything out there is horrible.
Yeah. And I feel as though if we as a generation could be happier, then from there everyone else will just be happier and we'll just have a better world. And
Exactly. And honestly, you look back at elderly people today, and they're all pretty content with themselves. They're all pretty happy.
Yeah.
Because I feel with our society, everything's pretty black and white. Everything's pretty right or wrong. You know, if you're not happy, then you must be sad.
Yeah.
You know, where that's not true. Feeling emotions is a whole spectrum. You know, and it's okay to not be happy or sad. You can just be content.
And sometimes you feel you're sad on different days, and that's normal.
And it's important to know how to cope with that.
Yeah. And to realize that it's normal. And
you
fine.
shouldn't feel ashamed of it.
And being not normal is okay.
Yeah, that's
I think
true.
the older people now that are content with themselves, I think it's because they actually like talked to each other and like listened to each other. But like now it's like, oh, I'm like texting somebody, blah blah blah, and you don't really
Literally.
yeah, and you don't
that's
really
true.
like make like human connections. That's like a big thing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been learning about like human connections and like actually look somebody in the eyes and
When you're
actually
speaking
talk
with
to
them.
them. Yeah, because like the eyes are like the window.
So
Yeah, and especially like now, like not a lot of people have actual friends. We have friends on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, but we don't have actual
like
friends.
we use phones to become more connected.
Yeah.
We're losing touch with people that we see every day.
Yeah.
It's like I have 300 friends in here, but do you actually have friends?
In the real life, you know?
Yeah. And I also feel like older people are more content with themselves because they've been through experiences and they've learned to cope with it. And if we can learn to cope with it
At a
this
young age,
yeah.
then it'll like make
Can you
our lives
imagine
so
how
much
like
better.
how happy everybody would be by the time
Yeah.
they reach like the 70s?
Yeah, like there'd be less suicides and depression.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so
We think it's a good idea to have this as a subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just talk about humanity.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Boop. Wait, no.